The only thing that I'm learning from all this election drama going on.
I want to offer a different perspective on this and go back and watch her video. This is not me taking a stance against her video. I just want to add a different perspective. The reason why candidates have to spend so much time within a very short amount of time, before the presidential election courting votes, it's because they didn't spend enough time the preceding 3 years courting BIPOC votes. And I think BIPOC need to think about this. This isn't me telling you to like vote for anyone specifically. This is not that. We are going to have to re-engineer what we are willing to respond to and how we are going to start handling not seeing what we need to be seeing from our candidates. Because as you notice, what's being used right now in order to get women to vote, in order to get BIPOC to vote for a specific candidate is fear. It's fear. And they forever use this. And both parties, as we are all very clear now, are just one side of the same coin. So that core agenda is using fear. So fear that if you're not BIPOC and you're demelanated, you're white, you think you need to vote for one side out of fear because your advantage will be taken away from you. On the other side of the coin are the BIPOC and those who are who don't hold the views of the other side of the aisle. And these people are also voting out of fear, in part, because they do not want the progress that the other side that says that they're going to take away to be taken away. And I think we as American people need to evaluate what we're seeing. This is not me saying vote for this side or that side. This is me saying we need to evaluate what we're seeing, because that core base agenda that's going to get its way, whether you vote Republican or Democrat, it wins either way. It's just giving you the illusion of choice. And it's using fear to force you down a single chute. See, you think that have you ever seen cattle? I grew up in cattle family, raising, and we still do. You will push cattle down. You just think of it like a hallway, right? They're out in you're herding them. You're going to put them on to the trailer. And what people don't realize right now, they think that they have two different paths that they can take. I will vote Republican, and the white way of life, the demelanated way of life, the people of an evolutionary disadvantaged way of life, they will maintain an advantage. Okay, because that's at the core of their psyche. I don't know if people have figured that out by now. And then BIPOC are saying all the stuff that we have died to have. BIPOC, LGBTQIA, all the discriminated persons of the caste in the American system. They're saying, well, I have to vote for this side because if not, all of my rights are at stake. But no one is taking account of the fact that your rights are in jeopardy because that party that you're voting for isn't protecting them and has left you wide open for that other side of the coin, of that two-headed monster, to implement something that would make a minority of individuals happy to see. And it would make them comfortable. The people who suffer from an evolutionary disadvantage. And so we're all right now, and I'm seeing a lot of it lately, and I've tried to start just pressing the off button. But a lot of people are agitated by what we're saying. And what I keep trying to tell people is you need to buckle up, because that people on the right side of the aisle, the Republicans, they have been passing laws that will put them in the position to challenge and rig the election that voting on in November is not going to fix. And those people on the other side of the aisle, the Democrats, haven't done anything to protect against what we're about to see. They are not challenging Clarence Thomas and Alito, and Barrett can go too. And there's one more that needs to go for being unqualified, and these Trump appointees in SCOTUS, they're not even challenging that. So I want you all to buckle your seatbelts, because you're gonna vote if we get to. You're gonna vote, and then the Supreme Court's they're planning to I don't know if you guys pay attention, but Republicans have already said they're going straight to the Supreme Court with this. They're just gonna challenge it. Okay, so if you think you're gonna find peace by casting a ballot in November, good luck. It doesn't matter how BIPOC think of themselves come November, whether we see ourselves as, and we are the global majority. Don't think I'm tripping about that. But I need everyone to understand, internalize something. This thing is going to be a fight to the finish, and you all need to be preparing yourselves to contact your senator and etc. come the next, I would say, 3 days after those votes are cast, either the day of or the day after, because that more rabid, that red MAGA side of the coin of this head of this system, the beast system that we're in, they're going to overturn this election. We're going to be looking at another, was it Bush v. Gore? I believe it. Yeah, Bush v. Gore. Bush should have never have been president, the same way Trump should have never have been president. And you're going to see what that party is going to do for you when they take it all the way to the floor. So, BIPOC seeing themselves as the global majority that we are is important, and an important part of a voting block, that can decide the president. It's true. When we get up and we vote, and whoever we're voting for, they will be elected. The problem is that we're not then treated as though we are that important. What we are being given are words. Meanwhile, billions of dollars are being sent to a foreign entity that is then being used to turn around and control our politicians. And those politicians are looking at people of color and telling them that reparations, which would begin with student loan payoffs, it would begin with removing the need for BIPOC to have to, or Black people to have to pay taxes for the rest of their lives. Shouldn't never have to pay taxes. And instead, they talk about how impossible it is to do basic. So it doesn't matter how we think of ourselves. We need to force them to think of us as important as they know we are. And Black women are going to have to take the lead on doing this. And Black men are going to have to take the lead on doing this. And they have to give up their need to adhere to patriarchal norms and the power and control that gives them in order to push BIPOC and Black people forward. So whether we think of ourselves as important or not, it doesn't matter what we think, it's what we make them think. And that's where this needs to go. Because we're dealing with a two-headed beast that does nothing for us. Instead, they give billions of dollars to a country, because it's just a money laundering scheme that they've set up with Israel. That's why everybody's playing. The defense industry gets money. The rich donors get money out of what's going on in Israel. And they're all in it. And they're all completely okay with slaughtering Palestinians in order to do it. And they're telling you should be okay with it and not care because it could be you. And I need Black people to take that into account. All BIPOC. I've got a cold. All BIPOC. You need to take that into account because they're playing a game with you. And you need to not play it anymore.